Toot that, love the way you shoot that. Just got a head dish, try and get a groove back. Touch it like an iPad, baby, I'm a true Mac. Real nigga coming through, everybody move back. Walk through the back door, they was like, who's that? 6'1", brown skin sagging in my new hat. Had to look back when you passed.
Alright, so we are here with Scotty from Dueñas.
I'm a true Mac, real nigga coming through.
What's up, brother?
Hell, it's been a while, man.
Dude,
we like grew up right here.
Time. Yeah. The location right now is the Dueñas skate park, right? This is the block. This is where we met. What was it?
I want to say like
6th grade?
Yeah, middle school.
Middle school. The show was called Art of Flow. Art in general on island, I feel, needs a better platform. We have so many talented people on island, and they don't necessarily have the chance to shine. This platform in general is just to do that. Since 6th grade, bro, like, I remember you in class fucking drawing on the notepads, drawing in the notebooks. Like, you used to mess around a lot, but you were always drawing. And could you speak to that? Like, has art always been a passion for you?
You know what's crazy is my uncle actually brought it up. He was like, I remember when you were, or I told him, I was like, yeah, I just started designing, like, really got serious, maybe like freshman year. But
this is high school?
Yeah, this is high school. But he was more so like, man, you picked it up. You were doing designs on paint.
Right.
And I don't remember that, which is weird. It is weird. But man, there's so much talented people here. Mm-hmm. I think it's just exposure, man. We're a small knitted community, and I really believe that it takes a village, you know? It's not just you could help me, but man, there's thousands of other people that want to help.
That idea of lending out a hand or collaborations in general, right? Like, if it takes a village, the whole collaboration part I think is super important.
Yeah.
Because if it takes a village, it's not a village of individuals, but a village of fucking, you know, like-minded people, people who work in a community.
Yep. And as a designer, like, I get my inspirations even just going to the store, getting ice cream or getting like a bag of chips. Like, there's a reason why those things attracted me. Like, I mean, yeah, I love chips, Scotty snacks, if you guys don't know.
Yeah.
But man, I enjoy going to the supermarkets, or I enjoy going to these mom and pop stores and picking out like just random stuff just to get inspired. And it goes back to like even getting inspired by the young generation here. Like, man, when I was growing up, this wasn't here. This was, I think, being built. And I'm looking at it now, man, I love it. This is cool. It's super homey. I'm at home right now. We grew up at that park just down the street, but this is it.
The reason why we chose this place too is obviously it ties directly to where we grew up.
Yeah.
There's a showcase of art, you know?
Everywhere.
Like, there's art everywhere. Expression is everywhere.
Yeah.
And I feel like this particular place has its own expression and culture.
Yep. You know what's crazy? We went to Santa Barbara, right?
Yeah.
But I always remembered you as a guy that had the SBs. Always. I was like, man, this guy got those. This guy got these. That was cool. And off the top, like, I think that's where really that style comes from, as far as where I was inspired from, is the street style. And especially with, like, I grew up skating, and that whole vibe of like camaraderie, you know, like I've always admired that. Like,
so I mean, you grew up skating, you grew up wrestling, you grew up doing a lot of things, bro. You're a man of many talents, right? At least, you know, from what I've seen. And so could you speak to the other things that you do and how you found passion for those things and how they serve you today? Like wrestling, for example.
I mean, you know, growing up, I was always confused. I didn't know if I wanted to be an athlete. I didn't know if I wanted to be an artist. I don't know if I wanted to be this or that.
Right.
As I got older, I was wrestling in high school consistently. I won a couple medals here, won a couple international medals there.
You were sick in high school, bro. You were.
It's fun, you know.
Yeah.
Wrestling taught me a lot, man. Wrestling taught me the structure, management of time, and just being committed. Like, I believe I didn't go far, or I mean, I wouldn't have gone far without my team, or like without people I was with.
community
yeah,
aspect, the
yeah.
village, right? The village behind you.
But wrestling, man, wrestling was probably, I give wrestling all the props in the world. Like, it brought me to where I'm at today. After the chase of the Olympics, and I went to school for design. It was different, man. Like, I had to snap out of it and tell myself, I'm not gonna be a pro athlete, you know, like, but in the positive outlook of that is, but I could design a pro athlete shirt. I could design this person's fight gear, or you know, that team's uniform, and I felt like that's my purpose in life. I mean, not my main purpose, but to use that skill and that connection of, you know, that martial arts connection, and using my art and merging everything together.
Nice.
So I think that's what the whole story is, you know.
The idea of, if you want to be an artist, if you want to be, you know, a pro athlete or whatever, I feel like people try to put us in a box.
Yep.
Right? They tell you can only do one thing.
And that's the thing, and that's what separated. In my mind, I had to pick wrestling or I had to pick design, and it was either or. I couldn't. You never hear of a designer wrestler. You never hear of a wrestler that's designing. You know, like, it's you put in, you put out. You know, so
it's perfecting that.
Or you
craft,
put in what
right?
you know. Yeah, exactly.
Perfecting that craft to.
Honing into that one thing.
I know you lived in LA for a couple years, right? We linked up
Yeah.
down there in LA. Homeboy showed me a good time. It was crazy because, you know, from this small ass place, this tiny island, you know, with big dreams, we were out there really trying to push.
And honestly, we're not far behind, dude. Like, Guam is not far behind. We may be far behind in technology here or an app there, but Guam is pretty up there, man. Like, as soon as I got back, people were dressing like they were living in Cali.
Right.
Like, man, I'm sweating wearing pants here. I'm sweating wearing long sleeve. And I see these guys wearing hoodies and suits. I'm like, man, that's cool. Like, I mean, you know, it's style over anything, right?
Style over comfort, right? They say beauty is pain, right? For the females at least.
Sometimes I want to feel comfortable and look cool, you know?
Yeah. I mean, your experience as an artist on island, how has it been?
I mean, I've been back since 2016. So that's what, 5 years now. It's, you know, coming back to Guam, it was different. Everyone that I was with or growing up with were either out in the States still. But I did have, like, you know, some of my friends that opened up a couple shops here. I actually came on a Crown's Guam dime. So I was one of their assistant designers there.
Right. I remember that.
So I was doing that for 2 years.
And that's big. That was big.
Yeah, one of my fond memories there was doing the collection for Miller Lite. That was probably one of my biggest collaborations to date. I went to Paris Fitness after that. I was the marketing manager there. And I mean, moving from a design from streetwear to fitness industry, it was different, man.
Yeah.
I didn't get it, you know, but realistically, I was doing it my whole life. I was exercising. I was in shape my whole life.
Right.
And then I go to a gym and I'm questioning why they're doing this, why they're doing that.
Right.
And, you know, it was a learning curve for me. It was something different. And I mean, I'm no longer there now, but I'm still in the field of designing, and I don't think I'm leaving anytime soon. It's you gotta hustle, man. It's not everyone's gonna give you a fork and a spoon. Sometimes you gotta use chopsticks, you know. Anywhere you go, people just think once you're drawing on paper, it's free or it's just a piece of art, you know. But to us, it's, man, that's like my life work. Or I get sometimes you just don't want to show people because you know, it's personal.
Right.
That's coming straight from your mind. No one's telling you how to design that.
And the accumulation, I think, too, of, like, right, the many years that you put into designing, the experience you built. So when you see a quote or you see, you know, a price tag on something, it's attributed to the many years of you putting in work.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could do a design in 10 minutes.
Right.
But it took me over 10 years to make that 10 minutes, you know? So, and I think that's where people get lost in translation, you know? It didn't take me 10 minutes. It took me 10 years to make that 10 minutes. Like, people tell me, oh, it could have took me 10 days, you know? I'm like, that 10 days is probably my 1 year, so, you know, something.
quick jump back to LA. Your experience there, how has it contributed to you as an artist?
The networking and not being scared to put out work.
Boom, I like that.
Yeah, not being scared. I mean, I to this day I'm scared to show like half of the stuff I do, but I'm still learning, and that's the challenge I have to fight myself. But LA it's a melting pot, man. There's so many people there. There's so much inspiration there, but I was still always getting inspiration from home, and I'm mixing that city life with the island life I think that's the steez, you know.
Yeah, definitely, man.
That's the steez.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone wanted to wear an island print at one point in their lives, right?
Right, absolutely.
Why not wear a nice one?
You're back on island. You've been working here for a while, and you know, tell people where they can see some of your work.
Right now, I got a couple projects in line. I don't want to knock on something. I don't want to ruin it, but you can see some of the stuff I do at Coffee Slut. Maybe some stuff is probably still at Crown. Some stuff probably at Paradise. I'm honestly not even thinking about this year now. Last year was the resting period. This year is to get ready for next year, and I think it's the planning season. We're only getting older, and I'm not trying to like penny pinch my whole life. So, you know,
I hear that.
Even at that, I'm trying to be progressive and thinking, be a forward thinker.
Yeah.
Be a forward thinker. And just eat good snacks, you know. I want to travel again, man. I want to travel again.
So
Scotty Snacks.
Tell them about Scotty Snacks now that we're on that.
Scotty Snacks. So that's me. That's me. Nice designs, nice concept. Good food, good snacks. I mean, every designer has something at their table, whether it's M&M's, Skittles, asparagus sticks. I mean, I'm just naming what I have.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm rocking the asparagus sticks on the table with some Frito-Lays, but Scotty Snacks is just it's a personal page that became cool. Like, people want to try out everything I'm trying, and vice versa. You could try something I've never tried, and if I really like it, I'll put it on the site, you know, or put it on the Instagram. That's just one of the cool things. You gotta just have something to stay inspired and keep yourself thinking.
Yeah.
And that's really what it was. I had a designer block for a month, and I used that as like to be creative. You know,
the inspiration there, I feel, because there's a lot of thought. I mean, as a designer, I mean, most people don't understand that the time and the presentation that goes into packaging.
Yeah.
Right, and you can see that through the snack. And even better if the product is fire.
Yep.
Right? The product has to be fire. So all around, it's an art form, right? From culinary to packaging to design.
You know, it's crazy you say that. It's the packaging. So I mean, why sell it short? Why only stop at the packaging? Make your package look cool too. I'm not gonna just, you know, open the chips and say try this. I want you to see the package and see why I was enticed to getting it.
Right.
And you know, and that falls under being a designer. Like, every design has a chance, but to me personally, if the design sucks, then 30% of the time I don't want to try it. I'll give it a chance. You got to give everything a chance. And that was my thing with Scotty Snacks. Try everything twice. You know what I mean? Try everything twice. The first time you might have a different taste bud. The second time you probably ate ginger and your palate was clean.
The bias right there.
You know what I mean?
Twice.
Try it twice. Try everything twice. In life too. Try everything twice. Don't judge the book by its cover, you know? Like, I don't know how many times I go back for reference, and I open that book every day, probably, you know? I never designed for money. I didn't understand you can make money off designs when I was a kid.
Right.
Now I can make that a living, but I never chased the money in the beginning. Like, the money will come if you're passionate about your art, you know? Passion, passionate, very passionate.
Okay, so what other things do you have going on for you? We touched on the Scotty Snacks.
Scotty Snacks. I also have a brand called Quit Quitting. It's not even a brand. It's more so of just, it's a statement. It's a lifestyle. Of course, it's cliche, But honestly, if you read Quit Quitting, that's just what it is. And you're gonna ask me what it is, that's it.
Yeah.
I have a couple things coming out this year. I never really made it a brand. It was just the Hustlers and Friends thing, and it's just what it is, the Hustlers and Friends. And that, I live by that lifestyle hard, like Hustlers and Friends. I don't, regardless of what you're doing, you're pushing design, you're bagging groceries at Payless, you're pumping gas, you're slinging drugs, whatever. It's a hustler's mentality, man, and not a lot of us have that. It's a Hustlers and Friends, and you know, I could never forget my friends that were there for me, and my friends that left me, and you know, I appreciate all of that. The friends that left me, I'm happy they did, because I learned off that. The friends that are with me, I thank them every day, and I'm learning off that too, you know. So it's that mindset, that hustler mindset, and the mindset of family and friends, you know.
Yeah.
So
that's that drop. I mean, that Hustlers and Friends, bro. That shit went wild. That, you know, that went hard. That was the hardest thing I've seen in a while when that dropped.
It's Hustlers and so that Hustlers and Friends is strictly for quitting, but I did that collaboration with Gang, Guam Artist Network Group. And it made sense, man. Gang, you know what I mean? How can gang is a gang, right? And Hustlers and Friends those are my friends, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, you're my boy. You're a hustler, you know what I mean? They're a hustler. Everyone here is probably hustling right now. You know, everyone's out here on their board trying to fucking get good. I remember when I was out here, and you know, I didn't know what hustling probably was, but I was out there trying to get a kickflip in, trying to get a board slide in, you know. These guys are grinding. They're hustling.
That's the thing, bro. To touch on that is that, like you mentioned, you know, whether you're bagging groceries or fucking pumping gas, everybody has a hustle.
Yeah.
Everybody has a hustle.
You can't knock it, you know?
And you can't necessarily knock it or judge it. You know what I mean? People are on different stages of their life. So if somebody's pumping gas right now to save up for cash to get their own spot or to fucking make an investment, that's a hustle.
That's a hustle,
and you
bro.
can judge that from afar, but you don't really know.
To each his own, you know.
Absolutely.
To each his own.
Absolutely.
I remember that. That's like those quotes, you know. I hate living by quotes, but it is what it is. It's quitting, you know. And as much as it sounds repetitive, but life is repetitive, bro. It's constantly getting better in life. Even if I'm on my computer every day and I'm not making progress, it's the consistency I'm building of getting on my computer every day.
Baby.
Yeah.
Hey, we talked about passion. We gotta put persistence in there too.
Yeah,
you know?
and
it's applicable.
It is. You gotta get up and brush your teeth every day, you know.
Yes.
Every day, and start your day doing that. If you miss a day, you get you're slacking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Slacking.
We all slack, but if you fucking miss that toothbrush, don't talk to anyone.
That's the thing about, I think, hustling in general, or whatever your hustle is, right? Is that doing the things, not necessarily that you don't want to do, right? But
you have to do it.
You have to do it. Right?
I don't want to be on my computer all day sitting there and blocked off, no designs.
They don't talk about the ugly side, the hard side. Of it. They see the glory of it.
And
afterwards.
I mean, man, not to cut you off, but I think that's it. That's you hit it right on the nail. Like, they only see the end product. As a designer, you only see this shirt. You didn't see what we're thinking, the sizing. To an average person, it doesn't matter, you know. Like, to an average person, this is just a shirt. To me, this is a concept. This is a story, and it's subtle art, you know. We had to fucking pray to make this weather like this. You know, like, welcome to Delhi, man. The trash is hidden.
Okay, so, I mean, we touched on a lot of good things. As we wrap up here, real quickly, as, you know, a son of Guam, as a designer, as somebody, a hustler, fellow hustler, right? As someone who is passionate and persistent, right? There's a reason why I invited you and we linked up, right? You're my fucking boy, and I see it, and I
appreciate it.
So what advice do you have for anybody out there trying to make it happen? in terms of art, or another designer, any of the youth out there looking to hustle, what words of advice do you have for them?
If you're watching this, just go all in, you know what I mean? You've already reached halfway through the interview. You're only watching this because you're looking for inspiration or looking for something to look forward to in life. Honestly, you have to go all in. You can't half-ass anything, just like anything you do. You know, there's guys skating right here, and if you half-ass and you get hurt. You know, in wrestling, you half-ass a move, you get hurt. So, I mean, I'm not trying to say you're gonna get hurt, but it ain't gonna feel good when you go half-ass. You know, you don't get quality work. Quality work is hard to get by. You know, you put the time in, it gets done. You know, don't question yourself. You know, don't come up short. Just keep grinding, keep your head down, don't mind the business, stay off of Instagram. No, I mean, stay off Instagram as far as like, don't compare yourself, you know? You can't compare yourself to others. And honestly, most importantly, quit quitting. That's the bottom line, you know?
Try and get me, 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 try and keep trying to get me.